Wait. Hello and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff podcast, where we talk about all things Star Wars. My name is James,
I'm Mary.
and welcome.
It's
Okay,
already
so
begun.
the reason why I
It's
was so
already
mad
begun.
was because I hit go live, and then it was like you're recording too frequently. Wait 30 seconds. That's why I was like, what? And then it just started, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So if you heard me going what, that's why, because I was really confused.
The look on your face was priceless.
Okay, good. Well, if you're watching us on YouTube, go back and watch the beginning and just know that that's why my face was like, "What?" All right. Before we get started, we have some people to thank. What?
I'm just saying hi to
Oh,
people.
yeah. Mary's here. Obviously. So let's thank our top tier Patreon members: Liam McCallion, Kevin Leiniger, Devin McCaffrey, Maya Morris, Adam Haber, Cam from Indiana, Mariana Atia Arnold, Alex Blundell, Indiana Solo, BC Dumit, Sean Smith, and Adriana Verano. Thank you so much for being a part of our Patreon and supporting us and helping us out. And I really hope David has been uploading some of the things we've been saying. That's
Yes.
for okay, good. And David and I did an episode the other night, and we told a really good story. And if you're a Patreon member, you're the only ones who heard that story. No one else
So
heard it.
he
So,
hasn't uploaded that one yet
oh, you have to.
because I
Oh
haven't gotten
man,
my notification yet. So I'm excited to hear that because even I don't know. So
it,
the
you
guys
know.
do a really good job of like not telling us the little things that they do for Patreon because Zach and
Yes.
myself and everybody who is on Patreon still get to experience that.
Yes, we do our best to keep it hidden. And then what's great is we just kind of just jump on. We just go, we're gonna record, and then y'all don't even know about it until it's already done. Somebody just wrote "Good morning, Herrera and Mary." So I was
I
really
think you're
curious about.
Herrera.
Yeah, I was really curious about the last name, and I was like, "Oh, my full name is on the bottom of this thing," because I was like, "What is going on?" So as you can tell, there's just two of us on right now, and only is
Hi.
because we. Oh, Adam's on.
Yeah.
At
Hi,
Adam.
Adam.
I suck at not telling stories. Don't ever have me. We're gonna have you on again, Adam. Don't worry.
You
We're
did
gonna get
such
you
a
back
good
on.
job. I
Yeah,
don't think
Adam, you're
that one's uploaded
great.
yet, but that one was really good. David
Adam,
texted in
you're
the group saying we did a good job, Adam.
and that's always a great sign of approval when David thinks we did a good job. So yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Happy
Um,
Father's Day.
as you can see, Mary and I are not fathers, although I'm hold on, I gotta yell at my dog. Hold on. That's my
I'll tell them. So, everyone on the podcast is a dad except for James and myself. We are pet parents. So, technically, James is a dog dad, but dog dad day was yesterday. So, he gets to join me today. But Craig is a dad. He's got two awesome kids. David's got two awesome kids. Zach has an awesome 1 year old, and they're all very sweet and cute kids. So, today is their day off. They get to enjoy us podcasting.
That's very true. And my dog was eating a paper towel as
Oh
I was
no.
about to say, I don't have any kids. I have a dog, and she was acting like a total dog. And she hardly does that. It's weird though because she'll tear up something and there's no like torn up shreds of paper towel. It's like
She eats it?
you ate the so yeah, we always have to be like, stop it. Anyways, so yeah, we thought we would have a little fun today. Oh, I was gonna ask you this question. I should have
Oh,
warned you about it.
oh
What
no.
is a Star Wars memory you have about your dad? Do you
Oh
have anything
no.
related to Star Wars about with your dad?
No. So my dad is first generation. The American dream story came to the States from Egypt when he was like in his early 20s, worked
Oh,
three
wow.
jobs all at the same time, bought a home, started a family. He was not the kind of guy who would sit down and enjoy a movie kind of thing. So I didn't get the Star Wars love that I have from my dad. My dad was too busy making sure like we survived, which I'm like super
Mm,
grateful for and stuff. I learned my Star Wars love from my cousins and stuff. So I think the closest I could get to a story with my dad involving Star Wars has to be when I introduced him to Star Wars, and not through the movies, but through my stuff. So he'll like see my stuff and he'd be like, "What is this?" and stuff. And I will like tell him the stories about Star Wars and stuff. And he really enjoys it when he sees me get excited about it. So I guess like I taught my dad Star Wars and that's our Star Wars story. That's like my favorite memory. Yeah.
Aw, that's
Uh,
cute.
yeah.
That's
Sure,
really
sure.
cute. No, it is. It is. Knock it off.
What's yours?
Well, Craig over here says, "I am your father." If you spell "your" correctly, Craig. Just kidding. Craig says, "My dad watched the original trilogy with me probably about 6 years ago, and he really liked it." Aw.
Mm, that's sweet.
Um, Zach says, "Who's the best dad and why isn't it Vader?" Well, we're about to get to that.
Oh,
That's funny.
did you tell him what we're gonna
I
talk about today?
did not tell him what we're gonna talk about. My dad bought me Star Wars toys when I was growing up, Craig
Aw.
says, but I do remember him taking me and my sister to go see baseball. Okay. Spaceballs? I think it's Spaceballs.
Oh,
We
me
were
and my dad
kids.
watched Spaceballs together.
My father, so the memory I have with him is I dragged him. I didn't have any money. I was just still in school, but I was like, let's go watch Star Wars Episode 3 when it comes out. So he and I went to go see Revenge of the Sith opening
Cute.
weekend. And I remember I still have it somewhere, but I have a Qui-Gon Jinn tie that he wore. And we went to church that Sunday morning. And then we went to go to Burger King after that. I was like like just really remember that day. And then we went to go to the movies to go watch episode 3
That's really
opening
sweet.
weekend.
That's
And
really
I was
sweet.
but here's the thing. He doesn't remember it. He doesn't remember anything about the movie. He doesn't remember anything else about any of the other Star Wars movies. He knows the original ones. Of course, I think everybody at that time remembers when Star Wars came out in 1977. Um, but yeah, that's like my early memory, or not early, but just a fond memory I have of Star Wars
That's really
about my
sweet.
dad.
You
Um,
don't live near your dad, but you
I
got
do
to go
not.
visit him before Father's Day, which is nice. You got to spend some time with
Yes,
him.
yes, and we got to watch the Spurs lose. So that was a little bit
Oh, you went
of a
back and watched it with your dad? That's sweet.
yeah. Because out of nowhere, he just got really into it, and it was like, oh, okay, I guess my dad's into the Spurs now. So
You should have
that was
brought him
fun.
to the con on Saturday
He would have
and be
been
like, they're playing right
so
there.
He would have it's kinda weird to think, like, what would my dad do at a convention? I think he would just be overwhelmed and be like, "What do we do?" And it's like, that's the fun of it. You just get to just have fun, walk around, look at all the cool stuff.
My dad is a
Maybe
social butterfly. He would have been
oh,
at the booth with David the entire time, passing out stickers and cards and being like,
aw,
"Come here, sign up right now." That's my dad.
and they would
Yeah.
have been like, "Oh, absolutely, yes, of course. We will whatever you say, sir." Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, my father, yeah, I don't know what he would have done. Did your father leave a convention to see Spurs like I heard Hayden did? No, but
Oh, let's not
Craig
talk about
did.
that.
Craig actually left to go see the Spurs
The
play.
con was over.
Oh, okay, it was
Craig and I were
over.
just
Okay.
hanging out at the booth waiting for, I believe, Zach and Adam went to go see the panel
Hmm.
and stuff. So I was just hanging out at the booth waiting for the guys. Craig was checking tickets the entire time and got
The whole
real
time.
lucky. And he got really good seats. Or I don't know if it was good seats. I think they were like
He was
awful
center
seats,
court
but he
at the
at
very
the very
top.
top.
Very,
Yeah.
very top.
He
Yeah.
was able to get seats for a good price. And then he looked at me and he's like, I'm doing it. I said, have so much fun. I'm gonna sit right here and wait for the guys. And I did.
and And it was really great because everyone after I know we should be talking about Star Wars, but everybody afterward was
Mhm.
talking about, oh, the Knicks won, and this, and I was like, well, they
And
were the
Craig is
better
from New
team.
York.
And Craig is from New York, and Craig said,
Yeah.
I saw a victory last night, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Good
cool,
for
I
him.
get it. I understand. So, and of course, any Spurs fan will admit, like, okay, the Knicks were a pretty good team, and so so it was really great to see Craig got to go from Florida to Texas and then go see his favorite basketball team
I'll say
win. So I thought that
this.
was great.
If this had happened in LA, there would have been riots. People would have been losing
Yeah.
their ish. But Texans, Spur fans, they are
Mm,
good losers. Like they were so gracious about all of it. I think we went out to breakfast our
mhm.
last morning there, and we had a nice like really nice interaction with our waitress and stuff, and she was like, you got to see the game, our guys did so great, like they're a brand new team, they're so young. So like all the Spurs fans are very much like, it's all right, dude, like we made it to the finals. And
Yeah.
I guess like there were fireworks going off, like I believe it was Ted telling me this story, that it was the Spurs fans celebrating harder than the Knicks fans, because they're like, "You know what? You guys think you can celebrate? Now we can celebrate." And they were like doing fireworks and having a grand old time. So I really applaud Spurs fans
There
for their
there there
behavior.
there were a few instances, some people did get arrested, but it wasn't as
People
bad
will be people.
as people will be people, but so we're not saying it was 100%. It was
Mhm.
probably like 98% great and
Oh,
positive in San
LA?
Antonio.
It would have
LA
been a
would have been
flip.
insane, and I would have just been here in Hollywood and just been like, "I'm not even gonna go near
Yeah.
any of that down there. I'm just gonna stay right here."
I think that's
Um,
why for me, I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to downtown with you guys afterwards," because in my brain, I'm all like, "I see how wild it can get in LA. I'm not dealing with that in a city I don't know and
mm,
stuff." But everyone said that everything was fine and everything. So I was like, the boys all went out, didn't come back until like 3, 4 in the morning, but I had my phone next to my face on my pillow just in case, because I had the car.
yeah.
So I was like, I know now we're just getting into story time.
Yeah, now we're
I
just
had
getting this sorry,
Yeah,
guys. We're gonna get
I
into
was
the main
so
topic here in a
worried.
second. Yeah.
I was so worried for the guys. I was like, in case there's an emergency, if Zach or Adam or Craig need me, I'm on my way and stuff. And I'm so happy. I had my portable charger with me at the con, and I let Craig keep it so that way if his phone wouldn't die on him at night. And he told me the next morning, he's all like, I'm so happy I kept that thing because I would have
Oh, that's
been
great.
in a bad place if he didn't. I was like, thank gosh.
Well, good. So
Mhm.
it was fun. It was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I don't know how we got on that subject, but you know what? It was great. It was fun. So let's
I think
talk about the
Zach asked us.
dads in Star Wars. So Mary and I made a list, and mind you, I know this is not everybody. Okay, these are just the dads that kind of stood out for us. And not gonna lie, um,
Some of these are
yeah, like
controversial.
some of these are controversial. There's one on here that I'm just like, stop it. But Mary was like, no, we have to do that part. And I was like, oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god, I'm gonna tell them when we get to that one, I'm gonna
Oh
tell them,
geez.
and they're gonna, like, riot against you.
So
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 what we're
so so
doing,
yes, go for it.
we're gonna list off all these fathers. We have a list of 10.
Yes.
We are gonna pick our opinion of our top 5 dads in Star Wars with 2 honorable mentions, and we'll go into why that person ranked where they ranked for us. But first, let's list off all the ones that we thought of, okay?
Okay.
Go for it.
So Bail Organa, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Owen Lars, oh boy, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, Qui-Gon Jinn, Anakin Skywalker, Galen Erso, Luthen Rael, and Din Djarin. So those are the dads that we have listed as the dads that we want to discuss today.
And if you couldn't tell by James's shift in tone, he did not want to include Vader because we already
E-
had Anakin on there. And
Exactly.
you can't not include Vader when his most epic line is "I am your father."
Yeah. Okay.
Can't. No,
Understood.
no.
Hey, stop. There's kids watching. No, but the thing is, it's Anakin Skywalker though doing
No,
that. It's
Vader and
Anakin
Anakin are
saying.
2 different people. Let's start there.
Oh
Number
boy, here we. That's a
2,
whole other discussion. Anyways, all right, keep
yeah,
going.
and number 2, they were father figures to 2 different people. I say Anakin was a father figure to Ahsoka, and Vader is the father of Luke and Leia, right? That's why he has this epic line, "I am your father."
I don't
I know
know.
Anakin is their father, but they didn't get to experience Anakin. The only father they got to experience was Vader, and in a very minimalistic but very impactful way.
Yeah, and Luke got to experience Anakin very, very briefly at the very end.
Yes.
So,
He got
all right.
Vader gave Vader sacrificed himself for his children. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go into our top 5. You go. So we'll start our number 5. You go your number 5, then I'll do my number 5, and we'll just work our way up, and then we'll throw in our honorable mentions at the
All
end.
right. So
Okay.
after all that, 5 for me is Anakin. That's the because of what he, even though he should have been the master of Ahsoka, he was a father figure to Ahsoka, and of course, Ahsoka turned out pretty good. He taught her a lot of lessons, taught her a lot of important lessons, and he did his, everything he could to make sure when she was on trial that she would, that they would listen to him and what happened. Um, and then, of course, at the very end, when he sacrifices himself for Luke, I mean, that's Anakin Skywalker picking up the Emperor and tossing him, and that's Anakin wanting the mask to come off so he can look at his son. For me, that is such a great moment, and as well, it's also a really good father figure in Star Wars. So yeah, uh, funny we said
That's your
all that,
number
and
5.
I'm like Anakin is the number 5, best dad in my
So
opinion.
my number 5 is Vader.
Oh dear God!
And
All
the
right.
reason I picked Vader for number 5 is very similar. It's the fact that he was this really tormented soul. He, even as Vader, got to a point where he recognized Luke and stuff
Mhm.
as his father, right? Um, and or as his son. Sorry, Bert, please
Yeah.
don't cancel me. So he recognizes Luke, and he has that moment with him. I am your father. How how can we not talk about Vader on Father's Day when his most memorable line is "I am your father," the most
and,
well-kept secret. So
and
even
before
as
you
Vader, he recognizes his children. And if you read the comics, there's a good portion of time where Vader is looking for his children.
Mhm.
So even in his most like depth of despair and sadness and loss, he still has this like little glimmer of hope, even when he is the most awful person in the galaxy, to love and find and care for his kids. So that's why Vader gets number 5 for me.
Okay.
You want to hear some of these comments?
Well, I mean,
That's already
no,
started.
Anakin killed. So Zach says no. Anakin killed off for his children. Vader is 1 for me. So Vader. So Craig. So you're saying the top father is
Vader's number
Vader for
1.
you? Okay, gotcha. Also, what
Valid.
about Django and Boba? Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
no.
After, yeah, no.
We're not
I
talking
don't
about them.
like the circumstances behind why Django is it's such a, for me it's a weird circumstance why that's a father and
You
son.
know what? For
What?
me, it feels more like modern day fatherhood. Like it's surrogacy, you know? It's Star
Okay,
Wars surrogacy. So I
that
can
makes a lot
totally
of
see it.
sense. So a
Yeah,
guy who never
honestly,
had time to settle down, he was like, "Yeah, just please, I want to keep one of these guys as my own son and raise
yeah,
him up." Okay, okay, I'll give you that.
not
I'm sorry.
modified and stuff. So I totally get that. It's Star Wars surrogacy. I will say this, everybody. There will be a lot that we have forgotten. Honestly,
Oh,
James and I just sat here and we're like, real quick, 10.
yeah,
Name the
yeah. This
top
is
10 that you think of. There's plenty more
yeah,
that we
this
didn't think
wasn't
of.
like weeks in the making. This was, 5 minutes ago in the making.
But you
Okay,
guys should
number
send us your top 5. Any of the
please.
fathers that stand out to you, send us yours. We wanna know.
Yes, and also in the
Love
comments,
that.
like when you're dude, I thought about that
Hey,
for
Ted.
like 2 seconds. Yeah, Ted, thank you for joining us. Does
I mean,
Cassian count?
the dad that doesn't know he's got a kid out there.
Ugh. Anyway, I just recently rewatched season 2 of Andor, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So great. Anyways, I don't want
Yeah.
to go on about that. Okay,
Okay, so you're number
number
4.
4. Oh, jeez, Craig.
Oh,
I
no.
totally wait, no, 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 it wasn't Odie Man. Odie Mandrell was the guy who, his pod exploded with the
Yeah, and his
pit
little
droids.
family was
But
there.
no, 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 but was that Odie Mandrell? I'm gonna, pod
You Google
racer
it.
who had
His
his
whole
whole
family was there watching him
family
die. Oh.
watching him, and, like, she had just had a baby. Rats Terrell, that's it. Yeah, he's the one. He should be the number 1 father for everybody. Rats Terrell. I
No.
love that there's a whole side story to that. Like Lucas wrote it, he put it in there, and it was fully rendered, fully like done, and then they were like, "That's
Details.
crazy, dude. That's insane." Okay, number 4 for me is Owen Lars is the
Nice.
number 4 dad for me. I mean, he did come off the list, but then he got put back on because I was like, I think he sheltered Luke a little too much. But then in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, everything he went through, of
Yeah.
course, when they came to take him away and he had to defend, his homestead and help and make sure Luke was safe. And then, of course, knowing who Kenobi was the whole time and telling him, "Hey, dude, you need to." So for Owen, he thought he was doing the absolute best thing he could have done for this kid was making sure he didn't know about the galaxy. So for me, yeah, in our brain, we're like, he needed to tell Luke. Luke needs to be the hero. But for Owen Lars, as a father figure to this kid who just got dropped off on him, he thought this is the best way to raise this kid is to keep him safe. So for me, that's why he's number 4.
Gotcha. My
I
number
know.
4 is Din Djarin. And I'll
All
say
right.
this.
Why?
He puts that kid in a lot of danger.
Who? Din Djarin?
Yes,
Yeah, he
he's
does.
taken him on bounties. I mean, it's really sweet. We all love seeing Pedro cuddle up to this little puppet and stuff of Grogu, and it's super cute, right? He's daddy, not so much dad.
Okay.
Yeah. You if you know, you know.
Anyways.
If you know,
Oh
you
dear
know.
God.
Um, but for me, it's like, man, how many of these trips does he take him on where it's like, yeah, this kid is traumatized and learned how to hide under the floorboards,
Mhm.
and stuff. So, is he a good dad? Yes, he will do anything to protect Grogu. He will take him with him where he goes, I go. Everything he's teaching him some really serious life skills. But
Mhm.
he puts that kid in a lot of danger. And that's why for me, he's not he's in my top 5, but he's on the low end of my top 5.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Uh All right, I'm not gonna lie. I said it in the podcast. That was like my biggest criticism was him saying heel to Grogu. I was like,
Treated him like a
why?
puppy.
Like a puppy. Like what in the world? Like I have a dog here. I don't say heel to her.
Well, maybe you
Jabba
should.
the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt was a horrible father. Rada the
He
Hutt is gonna be a great dad. Rada the Hutt is gonna be an amazing
Yes.
father. So I
Learn
can't
from
wait
your
to see.
he
Yes.
learned.
Yes. Okay, number 3 for me is Din Djarin. Is number 3 for me. Only because he's higher up, but it all goes to even before he knew like he was gonna be raising him as his son. It all goes to that moment in season 1 where I think it was called I think it was called the Sin. I can't remember where he is being attacked by all the bounty hunters or all the stormtroopers, and then he covers Grogu and he looks at Grogu and they look at each other, and it's that moment where he's like, I'm going to die for this creature, even before he knew that I mean, he loved him at that moment, but that for me was like, oh, this is cool. And then of course it progresses where he ends up, adopting him as his own, raising him as his own.
That
And
instinctual father moment.
yes,
Yeah, it's really
that
sweet.
that and then, like you said, he does put him in like horrible situations, but I will say this: he trusts Grogu. Like he knows Grogu will pull through for him. Even though that moment where he's like, he can't shoot the thing. I know you can't touch the buttons. He also knows if he's ever in trouble, Grogu is going to be there to protect him and to help him. And so I love that he trusts this little creature, even though this creature is, 50 years old, quote unquote, but it's still a baby, still goes up to his knees. He still says, I know this kid is gonna help me. So yeah, I think oh my gosh, we totally forgot that.
I did not. I did not forget about Han Solo and Ben Solo, but here's where I land on this, why I didn't include him in our list or bring him up. We don't actually get to see him
That is
be a
true.
dad. We don't get to see him with Ben outside of the moment that Ben kills him, you know? Well, we
Just
don't
one
even see him with
scene,
we
yeah.
see him with Kylo,
Mhm.
right? So we don't ever really get to see him with Ben. He seems really absent. So it's like I don't have enough to make a decision for Han as a father.
And Han Solo does, I mean, he does become the father that he needs to be there, of course, at the very end. He does, and that's when he gets stabbed. But there's
Yeah, I
that
mean, I guess you
moment
can
where
make the same argument for Vader too, I
yeah,
guess, if
but
you
but
haven't
but the
read the comics.
but there's a moment where, Han just kinda gave up. Like, Han just was like, "Alright, cool. I'm just gonna leave now. Like, I'm gonna leave my wife. I'm gonna leave my kid. I'm not even gonna go." And so for me, that's what makes him not the best dad, but he does become a good dad there at the very end. Of course, that Force Ghost, which Harrison Ford said my favorite thing ever in an interview. You've heard that, right? Where
N
they were like, "Were you a Force Ghost at the end of The Rise of Skywalker?" And he goes, "What? Who or what is a Force Ghost?" That makes me laugh every time. Okay.
It reminds me of How I Met Your Mother. The only people who haven't seen Star Wars are the people who were in Star Wars because they lived it.
That's very true. That's why Harrison Ford has that kind of, relationship with Star Wars. Alright, number
Oh,
2.
no, number 3 for me. Oh
Oh, number 3 for you, that's right.
my
Who's number
gosh.
3?
Bail Organa, Jimmy Schmitz himself. Um,
Or depending on who you got, Benjamin Bratt or I'm just kidding.
I just love him as a dad. I loved him in the Obi-Wan series where he's dealing with little Leia and he's letting her be herself and teaching her to be strong and independent. And like even in the animation, you see him have these moments with her where he trusts her and he teaches her and he makes her this like really wonderful human. Like he raised a great human and you can see it in these little moments. He even has like a fatherly moment with Ahsoka at Padme's funeral where
Mhm.
he's like, "You shouldn't be here." And she's like, "She's my friend," and stuff like that. And if you read the book Ahsoka and stuff like that, he's the one who actually gets her back into the fray of like helping people and stuff like that and becoming fulcrum. So he to me is like the dad I wish every single dad out there was. And the best part's like she wasn't even his biological kid. She's this little baby that him and his wife always wanted, and he never it never seemed like there was a moment where she was not his daughter, you know? He was just very loving and kind. The only reason he is not higher on my list is because he only took Leia and not both of them. He's all like, "Yeah, that kid can go live whatever, and yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't
I'll
care
just
about the
take the
boy.
girl." Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. But what he did with Leia was really one of those really special things. I think he is the reason she was such an amazing person and character throughout her entire story and life through Star Wars, you know? He makes me think of my dad. That's what it is.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's very
yeah, my dad is
sweet.
very much like that. He
That's
very
very
much
sweet.
raised a really strong, independent person and stuff, and when I see Bale, I think of my dad.
Aw.
Happy Father's Day, Edward,
Look, that's
wherever you
amazing.
are. No, I'm just kidding, he's at
Wherever,
home.
yeah. Well, that's great. Only because my number 2 is Bail Organa. Like, I think
That worked out.
yeah, that worked out, and everything you said, I agree with 100%, and it's, again, a trust. He trusts
Yeah,
Leia. At the very end of Rogue One, he says, "I would trust her with my life," like, meaning
yeah,
I have raised this amazing human to be a leader, and then, of course, you see Leia and you realize Anakin didn't raise her, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Bail Organa and, oh my gosh, I forgot her name, his wife.
yeah, but
Jeez, I feel terrible.
she
They
seems
raised
alright.
but, they did teach her, they did tell her, We are not your parents.
Mhm.
Your father was a warrior who died in the Clone Wars," which is what she's told, and they
They were
say
always
your
honest
mother
with her.
yeah, and your mother was an amazing woman who, was a senator, and I believe there's comics or in the books, they take her to the statue to see, Padme and let her know that this was your mother. Only because I think it makes the scene in Return of the Jedi makes sense where he's like, Brea. Yeah, Brea. Thank you. I knew that. Thank you, Craig. See, Craig, he needs to be on here. Because
It's
there is that
Father's Day.
line.
Craig's hanging out with his kids. Leave him alone.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Uh, oh yeah, Return of the Jedi. When she's like, "Do you remember your mother, your real mother?" And she goes, "No, I have memories, images," and it's because they kind of raised her, and of course Leia has the Force as well, so she's able to kind of see her mother. Um, Having said all that, Leia is who she is because of who raised her, and
Hmm.
that is nothing to kind of laugh about. Like Leia is one of probably. I was talking this past weekend at the convention. And I said I think Leia is probably my favorite character in Star Wars. Like Leia Organa is probably my favorite,
Is that
and
why I'm your best friend? Say it.
ab-
Admit it on the internet.
absolutely, that is 100% why you're my best friend. Um,
Yes.
but
Suckers.
but yeah, but saying all that, you have this amazing character, and then you look who raised her, and you see that, and of course Jimmy Smits did a great job as that character, and me being Hispanic, Latino, if you may, to
Yeah.
see an actor to be that prominent in Star Wars and have that much of an important role in Star Wars, even though at the time he really wasn't in the movies, and then of course we were able to get him more later on. It was like, okay, this is great, this is great.
Dude, Star
Um,
Wars is doing a really wonderful job with Latin representation in the
oh
last
yeah,
like 10 years.
look at
Like
Cassian
it's
Andor. Look at
oh yeah,
Diego
Diego
Luna.
Luna.
And
Diego
I, and
Luna
I
is a
s-
great ambassador.
and I said it once, and I'll say it again. We were at Celebration, and they showed that sizzle reel in Japan, and
Yeah.
which they should have released to everybody. I don't know why they didn't release it to everybody, but when they showed Hayden Christensen, he got a big yell. But when they showed Diego Luna as Cassian,
Yeah.
that yell, I remember I was like,
Everyone.
"Whoa!" I was like,
Yeah.
"That was
He's an
incredible!"
amazing
Like,
character and an
oh yeah,
amazing actor. And he loves being Cassian Andor. He loves
yes,
it. I think that's
yeah,
what gets to us with these like actors. The ones that really resonate with us are the ones who love being a part of it and love their character and take good care of them.
absolutely.
Ashley Eckstein, another great example.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loves her because she loves being Ahsoka,
I
you know?
mean, without her, I mean, that's just just a unique character that was created by
Mhm.
Filoni, and it's so great that she got to grow in that role and become who she is to everybody.
Yeah.
So who's your number two?
My number 2 is Owen. Owen Lars.
Oh,
He was a young guy just starting his relationship with his girlfriend. And, he meets Anakin for a minute and stuff when Anakin is trying to find Shmi and stuff. And you don't know what Owen and Shmi's relationship is, but I have
yeah,
to feel like it's got to be, a motherly moment and stuff like that. But he takes this kid in. He didn't ask for this kid. He takes him in and he protects him with his life. Literally, like we see it in Obi-Wan, and he doesn't just protect him like physically and like anything like that. He really protects him, right? He going to war for this kid, shields him from the things that could happen. My favorite line, well, my second favorite line in the Obi-Wan series is that wicked burn on
oh,
Obi-Wan, where he's just all like, you don't care about the boy, you care if he's showing, right?
hmm
Owen cares about the boy and stuff. Um, he's teaching him life skills. He's helping him become a man, right? And then when Obi-Wan's like, if the time comes, he needs to be trained. It's all like he trained his father. And he's like really trying to protect this kid from going down the wrong path because he can see how bad that path can go, and he takes care of him all the way through to the point where he did lose his life trying to protect Luke and stuff. The last time we see him, he's out in that sand and stuff, and he's not alive.
he's not. He's very much not alive.
He
And
sacrificed his life for to protect Luke.
I love that. My buddy, he texts me. He goes, "My fan theory now is that whenever they came to find Luke as an adult, there in A New Hope, that Owen Lars and oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name, Amperu, um, they fought back, and that's why they were killed. Like I think
Yeah.
and because after watching Kenobi, you're like, oh man, these two like did their best to protect. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Owen and I know Craig on here was like he's the worst, and I understand 100% where he's coming from, where a lot of people would come from. But why is Craig texting you right now, letting you know?
No.
I was like,
Adam text me.
what's Adam saying
I
right now?
really wish so it's an inside joke about
Oh boy.
Amber, but I really wish he had put it in the comments because it's good.
Oh,
I'll tell you later.
oh, okay. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Owen Wilson, was pretty good. And then somebody on here one time commented like, "Oh yeah, after he Luke kind of goes away and the sequel trilogy, he kind of just becomes that old
Yeah.
man hermit
He
raised in
becomes Owen.
he kind of becomes Owen, and then he goes, "I want to get away from all that. I don't want to be." But then again,
Yeah.
he has Yoda and Kenobi kind of as his also mentors. So it's funny that the three mentors in his life, minus Anakin, we know that's a whole other thing. He just kind of defaults to what they did when things got bad, and
Run
I
and
think
hide.
that's really, yeah. Owen Wilson was good. Wrong one. Oh, I said Owen Wilson. That's
You did.
hilarious. Owen Wilson is a great actor too.
They
We're
did
keeping
not
that
let
in
you
there.
live it down.
Everyone, it's the comments just gonna be boom. Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson. No, yeah. Thank
It's
you.
okay. I misspoke earlier. It happens, guys. It happens.
But no, nothing will ever beat Owen Wilson. Just letting you know. But Owen Lars. But yeah, no, that's
He
okay.
might.
So
Owen Lars might be Owen Wilson.
I think Owen Lars. Fun fact though, Joe Egerton directed a movie in like 2008, 2009 called The Acolyte, and it was a movie he directed. Small movie. Nobody even. I didn't even know about this movie until the show The Acolyte came out, and everyone went and review bombed Joe Egerton's movie called The Acolyte, and everyone was like, "Guys, you're it's the
wrong
wrong project.
Acolyte."
Like, what are y'all doing?" And I felt bad for Joe Egerton for making a movie and being like, "What's going on? Why is everybody bashing
Why
my
is
movie
everyone
that I made
talking about it?
so many years ago?" But anyways, all right. Number one. I'm curious
Dun,
who
dun,
your number one
dun.
is. Because
Well, it's
we're
not gonna be
kind
the
of
same.
we kind of have the
So
same people.
so
Just
far, we have a lot in common. I've been making little dash marks, but my number one will not be your number one. I can guarantee that.
all
So
right. So you ready for my number one?
go for it.
Galen Erso is my number one.
What?
You just rolled your eyes at me for that?
Yeah.
I think Galen Erso is a good dad because he did everything he could to protect his daughter. He did everything he could to keep them safe. And then when the time came, he had a whole plan to keep her safe. And he's pretty much being held at gunpoint as a prisoner by the Empire, and does everything he can to make sure he gets word out. He's the one who initiates getting the word out that this is going on. We need to get word to the rebellion. And everything he does is for her, to protect her, and he creates the weakness within the Death Star for that, because he wants a way for it all to be yeah. So wasn't he an absentee father to Leia?
You got
the Leia book? Wait, was he?
Galen Erso.
I don't think Galen Erso was, but Owen Wilson was. Just letting y'all know, that's gonna be the go-to joke.
We're gonna make stickers of that.
We will. We're gonna have a picture of the homestead on Tatooine, and it's gonna be Owen Wilson on there. Yeah. He's a moisture farmer on Tatooine. Do it. We have to do it. We have to go with that. But yeah, I think he was good, and of course he left behind the clue that this is the file, was what I called my daughter growing up. So one day when she was strong enough to do all this, she would know this is for her. This is the signal to be sent out. So
I will give you my personal opinion later, because I respect your opinion.
But I hate it.
But I hate it.
All right, so who was your number one? Let me guess. I'm gonna guess it. I'm gonna say Obi-Wan Kenobi is your number one.
Wrong.
What? Hold on, let me look at the list again.
He's one of my honorable mentions.
He's one of my honorable mentions too. So that
Ooh,
means Palpatine is the
he's
number
my
one.
other honorable mention.
I was just joking. All right.
I'm
Who
not.
is it? Who is it?
Anakin Skywalker is my number
Oh
one.
my gosh. So
I
you have
can't
Vader and
believe you didn't
Anakin.
guess. Yes, I can't believe you didn't
Oh,
guess that. Anakin Skywalker is my number one, and it's very much the same reasons that I have Bail on here. He was a father figure to Ahsoka and stuff. He did everything to protect her, even including like training her how to fight off clone troopers in that really epic like episode where we find out how she survived Order 66. Like he trained her, he took care of her, he let her know even though you're like a Jedi, you can still be you. Right? He made sure she survived the wars. He trusted her, he taught her so many life lessons. Um, she was stuck in a really bad position where she had to be a child soldier. Like, I
yeah.
think when we all saw the Ahsoka series, like for me personally, I know I've brought it up in the past on the podcast, seeing an actual child actor portraying Ahsoka during the Clone Wars was mind blowing to me because an animation of a kid that's kind of a humanoid still is not the same thing, you know? So it blew my mind. And this guy, he wasn't that much older than her and stuff, but they had this like father-daughter relationship where he did everything could to make sure she survived in that moment, to make sure she still had great moments and got to develop who she is as a person. The reason Ahsoka is who she is because of Anakin, right? And then we even see it at the end of Ahsoka. She says to Hu Yang, he recorded 20 of these for me. And they were just clips of him training her and stuff to keep her practice up. Um, and he even, like, leaves her a message, you know, like, "You can do this, and I believe in you, I'm always with you," and stuff. And then he even finds her in the world between worlds to give her another lesson to help her survive what she's about to go through and pull her out of this depression that we see her in. So even after life is over for him and he is a part of the Force or whatever he is, that we'll hopefully find out in season 2, you know, he's still taking care of her and stuff, and he's still making sure she is who she needs to be, that is best for her. So he is my number 1 for his father-daughter relationship with Ahsoka.
That was pretty good.
Thank
That's
you.
I have no disagreement at all with that one. That was pretty good.
I think the comments do. Let's see what
Well,
everyone's
no,
saying now
Zach
that
says
we've
you're
got
stretching it to make Anakin number one. That's not true.
incorrect,
Uh,
Zach. This again, personal opinion. You guys don't
and Z-
have to agree. I want to hear your top 5, Zach. Like, I'm sure they're all as valid as mine and as James.
yeah, and you might say Owen Wilson, the wrong Owen, like James did.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, at Adam has a really great. Okay, what would be the name of the file like Stardust for you guys if your Death Star building father were to do so? Basically, what was your nickname? Um, your dad gave you growing up.
Mine
Hmm.
was Sunflower.
No way, really?
Yeah, my nickname growing up, my dad gave me was Sunflower, so we used to have sunflowers out in our front yard, and if you ever maybe I'll post it on Patreon, but I'll definitely text you a picture, Adam. When I was little, I get my hair done straightened, but I have really curly, nappy hair naturally, so I used to always have bangs as a kid, and when I'd wake up in the morning, they would stick straight up. So it's like the sun would make my hair stick up kind of thing. So my dad would always like play with my hair when I was little and pull it up and stuff to make it look like it was a sunflower, and that's what he would call me. So it'd be
That's
Sunflower.
adorable.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, I'm gonna see what this means.
Oh,
Oh, nope. Because my dad called me something in Spanish, and I'm like, I want to make sure
you're not saying
uh,
something bad.
hold on. Let me see what it means. Oh, okay. Nothing too. So my dad would call me Hito, which in Spanish means son. So it's nothing like great. You know what I mean? He would call me Hito, and that was my so that's what would be Hito. Nothing cool like what you just had. Not a great
It's
story. Like
endearing.
uh someone Zach says my nickname was Son. So
Same.
I don't know why that makes me laugh that yeah, just scrolling through and it's like this is me. Why? Because it says son. So obviously this is for me. Like, what are you talking about, Cassie? Or you know what I mean? Like if it was the other way around. Or like it was
You
his
know what?
daughter. You
I
know,
feel like
just like
no, I feel like that's common for guys. I bet you a lot of guys, their dads just called them some version of son in like their
yeah.
native language and some form of endearment because, you know, you're proud. I'm proud of my son. This is my son, you know.
Hmm.
Versus girls probably got little more cutesies names. Adam, what was
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah,
You asked the
Adam. I want to
question,
know.
you got to
You can't
answer it
just yeah,
now.
you can't just ask us that question and be like, all right, y'all have fun with that. All
Yeah.
right. Honorable
Honorable mention.
mentions.
Well, you guys
Um,
already heard my two.
yeah,
Obi-Wan and
yeah.
Palpatine.
So mine is Obi-Wan and Luthen
Ooh.
are my
See,
number ones. But
I feel like
Luthen is
Luthen
like,
and Palpatine are on the same level, but
yeah,
just on different sides of the war.
that's 100%. And Luthen was kind of like maybe I was like, yeah, but part of it I just like Stellan Skarsgård as an actor,
Yeah,
and I thought
he's
that was just
amazing.
such a great performance he gave. But also, he everything he's doing what he everything he can to defeat this evil, and but he also again he respects Clea, like, and Clea will stand up to him, and he never gets on her for speaking her mind. He never
Yeah,
says, he goes, no, who are you, why are you talking to me about this, like you have no bit, like when she says things to him he listens 100% to what she's
yeah,
saying.
he
And
respects her.
yes, and I think I think he was a pretty good father figure. Very
They have some
controversial
really
though.
they have some really cute moments, like father-daughter moments, like when they're walking out of the
We should
party
have
and they're like,
killed.
"Ah, we should just killed him."
We should
And they
we
both
should have
giggle.
killed Krennic when we had the chance. They go, oh, that's so
I know.
funny. It's such an over the top moment, but it's so
Yeah,
great. Their
it's so
twisted
fun.
relationship.
Or even when
Uh,
at his end and she goes to make sure he doesn't suffer,
yeah.
you know? That's another
It
great
took
moment.
the second time watching. I know y'all probably saw it, but yeah, when she pulls the plug, quote unquote. Geez, spoiler alert. Um, there's a smile. There's a slight little. At first, when she sees him, he has a look of pain. And then the next time she sees him, you kind of see a little smile on his face. Like he's like, okay. Like
It's time.
he knew what was going on. And I thought that was
She
really
kept her
great.
word.
Maybe Starfighter is Gosling's nickname from his father. Yeah, we've already there's been a post going around saying, what if Starfighter is his
Is the
last
name
name, like
like
Skywalker?
Skywalker?
Hmm.
I know.
Um,
I literally looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, idiot. How did you not think of
no,
that?
but it is such a, because I don't know. For me, when I think of like Starfighter and it's like Ryan Gosling, I'm like, well, he was in a movie called Drive, and you know what I mean. Like I don't know. I made that post. Oh,
Did you
Zach
really,
made that
Zach?
post. So I saw it a few
This
places.
is
So
Japan, Zach.
if you
Just
yeah,
for
this is
people
Japan,
listening.
Zach. If you originated that, Zach, that's pretty impressive. Let's read
I'm gonna go
Adam's
look.
comment. Mine is completely crazy. Adeluma. What? Did you just want me to say that out loud? And
He did.
I'm not. I don't even know what. Or just Q for
You
short,
got
like the guy from James Bond and Star Trek. Like he would literally call me by that entire name sometimes.
you
That's
got to spell that out
incredible.
phonetically.
Yeah, Chnik. Yeah, I'm totally butchering that. Um, but that's incredible. I made that post. Oh, so Zach from Japan is the one who made that post that
You're so
everyone
smart,
saw
Zach.
online. Because I saw it on TikTok, I saw that on Instagram, I saw it, and then y'all sent it in the group,
Yeah,
and
I saw it in
maybe
the group chat.
yeah, and it sounds like a Bart Simpson phone prank ad. Jesus, but yeah, so and it was funny because I was thinking about this list of dads in Star Wars and thinking about men in Star Wars,
Yeah.
and I was like, I hate to say it, but like the women in Star Wars are incredible. You know what I mean? It's like the
But there are
men,
a lot of
there are
great
a
men.
lot of great men. There's a lot of great men, but it took me a second to look to see that because for me, all the women in Star Wars are tremendous.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, who are the men in Star Wars? And then not just the men, who are the fathers in Star Wars? And then
Yeah.
so it was like, okay, they got to really focus on how to do this list.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we both have Obi-Wan. Okay, I didn't go into why Palpatine was mine.
Yeah,
The
what
only reason Palpatine made my honorable mention is because of how much Anakin respected him and stuff. Like we didn't get to see a lot of their relationship. But clearly like Anakin was missing something of a father figure and stuff. Did Palpatine see that and manipulate the situation? 100%. I'm not naive
absolutely.
to that. But at the same time, Anakin needed that. He needed a father figure. And Palpatine was really the only one who stepped up and like supported him and kind of gave him this space to be like, yeah, you're not perfect. I accept you for who you are and stuff. And I think Palpatine 100% was not a great guy. I think he took advantage of the situation, but I do think he was a father figure to Anakin, and I'd be so interested in learning more about their relationship during that time. You know, to
Oh
have that
man.
influence on him, he had to have been like you people don't get to manipulate you like that unless they have your trust. I want to see those moments, those father figure moments. Even and it was very clear because even Obi-Wan says it and um my dad's calling me actually. Um he heard me talking about him. Um Padme says it and Obi-Wan say it, like we know you have a relationship with him. We know he's like a father to you and
Mhm.
stuff. So I want to see more of that relationship and that's why he got my honorable mention.
Jeez. I don't know. I think that's more controversial than me saying Owen Wilson
It's
earlier. Like that's crazy that you would think Palpatine is a honorable mention father figure in Star
I didn't
Wars.
You know what? I feel that way about Gale. So I rolled my eyes about Gale because
Yeah, you
he, at the
did.
end of the day, built the Death Star and he knew he was going to kill. They were going to use it, and he still created it. There are other
He
ways
did.
of getting out of it, dude. That would have been a lot more heroic than making sure there was a way to destroy it and then putting this immense pressure on his daughter to hopefully figure this out. Even, you know who we forgot? That would have been a
Who do we,
great father figure.
oh, why are you yelling? But yes,
I don't know.
who?
I'm sorry. I just got really passionate
Yeah,
about
you did. I saw that.
Saw Gerrera. He was more of a father
No.
figure to Jen
Dude,
than
Saw.
Galen.
It was so we're watching Andor season 2, right? And my wife sees Saw Gerrera. Of course, Forrest Whitaker is just insane, in that role. He just has so much fun with that role. And she's like, "Do we like Saul? Should we trust him?" I was like, 100%. The person you want to trust during the rebellion is Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
Is he gotta be absolutely crazy and doesn't care who he kills to get what he wants? 100%. But
Yeah.
he's 100% the good
But
guy.
if you see
And
him in the Clone Wars animations when he's like
mhm.
a young kid and Ahsoka's training him, great guy. I
Oh,
can
great guy.
see I
Absolutely
can
cool
see
guy.
how he got to where he got.
And that arc is also pretty tremendous. Hold
It
on one second,
is.
Zach. So this didn't Palpatine impregnate Anakin's mom with the Force? It's in a
No.
comic book, but I think that has been said is a vision trying to anger Anakin as Vader. Like it's something to make, I don't know. And I think that's what it was, but I heard somewhere that wasn't canon.
It's
That
not
was just a
canon.
vision that
Yeah. It's
Palpatine gave to Anakin. Um, I
maybe to
don't know.
manipulate him.
I mean, what? Wait. You're saying Palpatine manipulated Anakin Skywalker? That is insane. That's not a good father. If you
Anyway, so we both picked Obi-Wan for our honorable mentions.
Yes.
Why is he your honorable mention?
He's my honorable mention because he's the least qualified father who does his damnedest to make sure his kid, quote unquote, becomes a good person. And he does, Anakin's not a bad person, but of course he does fall short of becoming the father figure that Anakin needed. And also he redeems himself with Luke. And I think that's a great way for him to kind of say, okay, I failed with Anakin, but I'm going to do my best to succeed with Luke Skywalker. And so for me, that's why he's honorable mention.
For me, he's honorable mention because I think in his mind he was doing his best
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, but never fully accepted to be a father figure.
Yeah.
Um, because he says it over and over, Anakin, I'm your brother. You were my
Yeah.
brother, right? It almost feels like that guy that teeters between being their kid's best friend and their dad, right? Like he
Yeah.
wants to discipline Anakin all the time and be like, "You don't ever listen to me. You this and this and blah blah blah." And I'm trying to help you and all these things and I'm your master, you're my Padawan. In that sense of it's a little bit of a father figure, but never fully commits to it and stuff because he doesn't want to take full ownership, right?
And absolutely.
And
And it all
that's
goes,
the dad he represents to me, the in between dad.
I often think back to that moment where Dave Filoni just like blew everyone's mind when he said George Lucas explained to him what the Duel of the Fates was. And I always thought that was just a badass name for a song in Star Wars, Duel of the Fates. And it's such a great moment in episode one, but it was really if Qui-Gon had lived, he would have been the father figure that Anakin needed in his life. But then when Obi-Wan, when Qui-Gon dies and Obi-Wan is now taking over, he becomes more of a brother, not the father figure that could have guided Anakin Skywalker through his life. And that's why it was called the Duel of the Fates, because it was left up to fate who was going to be able to train him. And yeah,
Y-
I think that's just a really cool thing.
You know what it makes me think of Obi-Wan makes me think of the mom's boyfriend that's like, yeah, you come with a kid and I'm cool with it, but never really accepts like taking that father figure ownership over the kid. That's what Obi-Wan feels, but like the Jedi Order is the mom
Hmm.
that Obi-Wan's trying to date and Anakin is the kid, you know? And he's just like,
That's
"Yeah, we'll go hang out, we'll go do some stuff, but I'm really here cuz the Jedi Order is what I really want and you kind of come a part of that."
Yeah, oh my goodness. That is
Right?
ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Ridiculously accurate.
We need to make a shirt that says everything that Mary just said. Um, Zach from Japan says, Obi-Wan was more of a father figure to Luke since the Kenobi oh, wait. Uh, oh, I guess. But I will say seeing, Luke seeing Leia and Kenobi together was really nice. That was a good dynamic
Yes.
between them,
And
and it was like, "Oh, yeah."
that for me was like how he got into my honorable mention is the Obi-Wan series and that redemption he gets in that moment. And I feel like that's that piece of ownership that he kind of got faced with, where he's like, "I'm sorry, Anakin. I'm sorry." And he's like, "What have you become? I am what you made me."
Yeah.
And stuff. And Vader kind of Anakin puts it in his face, or Vader puts it in his face, like, "This is your fault, bro. You didn't take ownership, right?"
Yeah.
And then Anakin gives him that like forgiveness. But seeing him with little Leia and stuff, it's like him finally like making amends for the things that he couldn't take that ownership of.
I like that. And you
Yeah,
know what
me
I
too.
love about it? And you know what I love about it? And yeah, Owen Wilson was more of an uncle figure. I'm just messing with you. Owen was more of an uncle figure to Luke, which hey, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. But
Sometimes
what
your
was it?
uncle is more of your dad than you think your dad is.
Yeah, and sometimes a dude that's not even your uncle, you call your uncle. So
Yeah.
which that's happens in
Which, I
life.
mean, that's kind of what it is because I don't think they're biologically related
They're
at
not
all. It's
biological
through
at
marriage,
all.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my, yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, they're not even blood
even
related.
more why Owen belongs in a higher rank in
Yeah,
everyone's top
Craig.
5. Yeah, Craig. Owen,
Craig.
not even blood related to this kid, and dies for him.
Yeah.
Good man. He's a good
Does his
man.
best to fight off an inquisitor. Did an okay job, but but still he was
He
like,
survived.
I'm gonna stand up for this. Um I love the retcon of seeing A New Hope and watching Obi-Wan look over at Luke and Leia
Yeah.
during the fight. And the retcon, of course, now is that he looks and sees the twins are together now, and that he
Mhm.
knows, oh, that they're good.
What
Um,
he did, what he needed to do is done.
yeah,
He can
and I
finally
love that.
rest.
I love that so much. And of course, we all know that when they shot the scene, it was just a really cool thing. Uh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that was never the intention, but now it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Luke wasn't related to Ray, but he died for her. No, he died for
Yeah.
the whole resistance though. Like he
Yeah.
made sure they all got out and they were able to push on. The Last Jedi, am I right? I'm just joking. We're not going to talk about The Last Jedi. Um, I'm not bringing it up. I'm not going to bring it
You
up.
too
I just thought it was
late.
funny. No, no, it was a joke to bring it up because we're obviously not going to
Oh
talk
my
about it.
gosh.
So anyways, this was fun. Did you have
Anyways,
fun?
I did. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun doing this.
You know what
This was a
though?
great. What's up?
We did not mention the best Star Wars dads that we know.
Oh, you're right. So
I
there's
think
actually 3 Star Wars dads.
gold. No, we're not even going to rank them. They're all gold.
Yes. You
David,
ready?
Zach, and Craig.
Yep.
The best Star Wars dads that anyone could ask for.
Absolutely.
I
And
hope you guys are
great.
having a great day.
Yes. I really hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Y'all are spending it with your families. And yeah, so we just
And
want to give
not
a shout
watching
out to
us.
them. Yeah, yeah, I really hope you're not watching us.
Yeah, Craig.
Um yeah, Craig. What were you even
Craig.
doing on there? Let's see if he's messaged me so far. No, he hasn't. All right.
Oh.
But yeah, shout out to Craig, David, and Zach. Happy Father's Day to all 3 of y'all, and hope, like I said, having a great day. Well,
Great job being dads.
yeah,
And then you know
my
what? They're not just dads. They're real dads. We get to James and I get to personally see firsthand how like loving and caring they are as fathers, and when they talk about their kids and share pictures and stuff, how proud they are. They are real dads and they're great.
agreed.
Yeah.
And all I do is show pictures of my dog. That's
Me
all.
too.
That's all I got. If check us out on Instagram at Star Wars Stuff Pod. Check us out on YouTube. If you're watching us right now, be sure to like and subscribe. That would be really, really cool. Also, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can. We got stuff coming out. We post things that are just like I said, specifically for Patreon. We would never show this to anyone else.
Oh,
So
oh, and we've
uh,
got some good episodes coming out because we had a lot of fun at SpaceCon. That is Patreon only.
only. And
Only.
yeah, so check us out, Star Wars Stuff Podcast 2187 on Patreon. What?
Also, James wrote a great article for SpaceCon. Please go read it on the website. James and I will be at Fan Expo next weekend
That's very
in
true.
Anaheim. So if you're going to be there, come find us. I will say hello and give you a high five. I don't know what James will do.
I
I
will
guess you're
take
just going to have to find
pictures.
out.
I will take pictures of the high five
Yeah,
and
I have
yeah.
stickers and buttons.
Yeah, we won't have a booth. We will be on
Yeah.
the floor walking around. We're going to be going to the panels and everything, and we're
Yeah.
just gonna. It's so much fun. We did, of course, we did WonderCon, which was a
Yeah.
blast. So, and this one's going to be bigger than that one, which makes me a little nervous, but also excited. It's going to be pretty
No, it'll be
fun.
a good time.
It's going to be a
It'll be
great
us, and
time.
we'll have a great time.
Check us out on Facebook. We have a Star Wars Stuff group as well as Star Wars Stuff podcast page. And if you want to email us with some notes, some suggestions, if you want to make fun of me for calling Owen Lars Owen Wilson, just message us at Star Wars Stuff Podcast at gmail.com. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. And yeah.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah. Good job, James.
Yeah, good job, Mary. We're a great podcast. I'm just joking. We're gonna knock that off. All right. So again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back again with another great topic. And may the force be with you.
Always.
And Adam,